Hi, my name is Connolly and I am a sophomore at SHC. This is my brother Patrick. He is an 8th grader at St. Gabriel's and he is applying to SH. Today we are going to teach you 3 different ways to fix your bike. These are pretty basic things, like normal things that happen when you're just riding your bike with your friends, And you will need a wrench, Allen keys, and
tire levers. Those are optional though.
yes. All of the bikes used in this video are gear bikes also, if that makes a difference to you.
So now I'm going to be teaching you how to fix your chain if it falls off. The first thing you need to do if it falls off is get off your bike, and so you don't get injured, and then flip your bike over like so. And then you grab this right here, which is called the derailleur, and you push this forward so the chain loosens. You grab the chain, put it back on to where it was originally on the chain. You grab the pedal, and you pedal which way it goes. And then you flip it back over. And then you get back on. So right now I'm going to teach you how to fix a brake. But for this specific type of brake, you're going to need a wrench. It's going to be useful to use one of these so you can tighten it. So you get the wrench and you find a good spot to where you can loosen and tighten. So you loosen it all the way so that you can grab the wire here and pull it to where you need to tighten the brakes to where it's good. And you can either get a friend or you can do it by yourself by just getting your other hand and holding the wire. And then you grab the wrench again and you fit it to where it perfectly fits and then twist it to tighten it. You might need to tighten it quite a bit so it will stay like this. If you don't tighten it tight enough and you press the brake, it's gonna pull the wire, my bad. And so after you do that, you test out to see if the brake has gotten better or if it's gotten worse. In this case, it's gotten way better because the lever was like this, and now you want this so it stops quicker. And that's how you fix a bike with a wrench. And now, okay, so this is another way how to tighten your brake, except without the wrench, you're gonna need Allen keys. In this case, you have to find the right Allen key to fit right here. And then you loosen it to the same thing, and then to loosen to where you can pull the wire to tighten it. And then you grab your Allen key again, and you tighten it again, even harder, so it stays that way and doesn't come loose again. And if you don't like that way, you can just tighten it even more or adapt, so that when you pull, it'll get tighter. But if your brake is already tight and you want it just a little bit tighter, you can twist this thing so it will pull your cord and it will make your brakes just a little bit more sharper, and it will stop quicker and faster. Right now, I'm going to show you how to fix a puncture. As you can see, this is punctured with a nail in it. So you gotta grab your wrench. You can either do this one or one that fits it. Or there's ones that twist off where you can twist it off, twist it, and then pull up. Well, this one you have to loosen it. You have to find the right spot, loosen it, and then once you loosen it, you have the grip to take off these bolts. You have to keep these bolts to know that you're gonna put them back on with this as well. So you're gonna have 2 pieces, but 4 pieces all together. This is just an easier way to know that you have a puncture. You're gonna have these 4 pieces so that when you go back, you have to know which one you put on. And you also have to have these, which are to help you take the tire off. And if you don't have these, you can really buy them for cheap, like $2. But if you don't have them, that's fine. It's just gonna be a little more difficult. But now you have to take off the tire, and the brakes will be stopping it. But now since you have the tire off, you grab your tire lever. You can just grab one, but if you need two, that's fine. You put it in the tire, you grab it, then you pull it all the way out until everything's out of the wheel, like so. Oh, missed the spot. You also have to twist this off before you take off the tire because it will stop, like how it just did. Now I have two separate things. You lay one down, mainly this one. You take this off. You take the tube out of the tire. And the easiest way to find a puncture in this is to fill this up with air and then put it in water. I don't have water with me, as you can see. And you twist it to where there's air bubbles coming up. Or it's harder to, but you have to put air into it and listen to where you see or hear and feel air coming out. And that's where your puncture is. And if it's too big, you can just get a new tube. Or if you have two patches, you can just put a patch on and it'll be fine for a while. And then once you have all of that done, you get the tube, you blow up a little bit, you put it back in the tire. This may take a while. Okay, so now that you have these two separate and you have the tube inside the tire, you have to find the air nozzle and find the hole where you took it out of and align them so you can fit the whole tire around it, like so. And then you have to fit the first half of the tire around it so you can fit the second half around it. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to do, but after you get it, it'll be pretty simple. It'll end up like this, and then you have to pull the tire over all the way to where all the insides are inside the rim and there's no loose ends. And then from there, all you really have to do is just pump up the tire and then it'll be good. And then after you put the tire back on, you watch out for the brakes here. Brakes are probably the hardest part because you have to maneuver around them. But once you get them on, you slide it in, and then you get the 4 pieces that you had from earlier, these 4. Then you get your wrench, and you have to put these parts on first before you put the bolt on. You have to slide this on, and then you slide the bolt back on, and then you twist, and then when it gets too tight for you to twist, you gotta tighten it with the wrench, and you just do the same thing on the other side. And that's basically how you fix a tire from a puncture. And it's the same thing you do from the back side, or the back wheel.